beautiful beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I have the November 2019 Bead Crate to unbox with you guys. Bead Crate starts at as low as $31 a month for the collector's box, which is their larger box. That's the one I'm going to be opening today. They also have a smaller option that's as low as $18, and you do have to pay shipping with that one. Bead Crate is always curated around a fantastic theme, and if you love high quality checked glass beads in very interesting shapes, then this box will probably be for you. And we always get a unique little stamp here on our box. So we have a squirrel and our founder's note here right on top of the contents. So let's take a look at that so we can find out what our theme is for this month. And it looks like our theme is apple picking, which is so appropriate for this time of year. Under cloud-dappled skies, you grab your basket and enter the orchard with dreams of all the apples yet to be picked. Pink ladies, red delicious, Granny Smiths. Once the picking has begun, you occasionally stop and warm yourself with a mug of hot apple cider. We actually went apple picking a few weeks ago in the Blue Ridge area of Virginia, and it was beautiful. Definitely get you in the mood for fall. Here on the back of the letter, we can see that we have a organized grid of everything that's included. We have our contents in this gold satin bag right here. I love reusing these. So let me pop everything out and we will take a look at everything that is on the list. Real quick before we get into the contents, I do want to point out here at the bottom, we do have certain items that are starred to be collector's amounts and collector's exclusives. So there are certain things in this box, like I said, being the larger one, that you'd either get more of than the enthusiast box, the smaller box, or some things that will be exclusive just to the collector's box. And I'm just leaving this here for a moment so you can refer back to it if you need to. But now we're definitely ready to get started. So the first selection, Selection A, is 3mm fire polish saturated metallic meadowlark glass beads. And here's Selection A. You can see everything is clearly labeled so you know what you're getting, and these look beautiful. What a stunning shade of metallic green that is. Love that you get 2 strands in the collector's box. So this is an example that if you got the smaller box, you would just get 1 strand. These strands have a beautiful luster on them. You can see the light bouncing off of the faceting on these fire polish beads. And I think we have the Granny Smith color that we're starting out with in our apple picking selection here. Here is our next bag. This is Selection B, containing 8mm fire polish chrysolite beads. There's 19 on this strand. A lovely shade of like a leafy medium green. Always nice to get these additional sizes of fire polish. The 8mm, nice and chunky but so uniform. Also has the faceting just like we saw on the 3mm in Selection A. And then we have Selection C. This contains a strand of 6x3 fire polish melonberry faceted rondelles. We got a cute little mix here. Let's see what different colors we have on this strand. It's so vibrant. We have bright orange, red, amethyst purple, some tanzanite, some light pink like rosaline, and I think that sums it up. I love getting these mixes from time to time because you can separate out these beads and use them in all sorts of different projects. You don't have to use the colors together, but it is a beautiful fall kind of inspired mix actually. And here's a closer look at the shape of these beads. They're kind of like little slices, these rondelles with the faceting on the side, and they are flat on the front and back facings of the beads. And that brings us to Selection D. This one contains 12x9mm coral pink Picasso polished ovals. There's 6 beads inside this bag. I'm always such a huge fan of these table cut style beads with the opaque color in the center and then the Picasso. Sometimes you'll see travertine finish on the edges that really sets off that color and frames it nicely. We have a light pink in the center, but it's kind of milky. It's not just a flat pink. There's some little swirls going on, and there's a look at the side of these oval shapes. And then next we have Selection E. This bag contains 3mm brown garnet rounds. There's 100 beads on this strand. This is a great basic shape to have, some small round check glass beads in that deep brownish red. You can really see our color palette starting to come together with our different shades of red, even some like apple blossom pink right here. And then next up we have Selection F. This bag contains 8x3mm Siam Ruby dime beads. There's 25 beads on this strand. And here is our bright candy apple red. These dime beads, they are flat discs with the holes running through the center of the bead. Nice and glossy and uniform, and a beautiful pop of red to go with this collection. Then we have Selection G. This says it contains 6mm fire polish hurricane crystal sapphire, 25 beads. So I think this color is representing our sky on a beautiful clear fall day. We have the rich, vibrant cobalt blue in parts of the beads swirled around, mixed with some clear. All of these beads are just a little bit different. I love getting interesting fire polish color mixes like that. Those are absolutely stunning. Next up, we have Selection H. This is a tube of Toho 11.0 opaque sour apple Japanese glass beads. We have our bright lime green right here. Great quality Toho seed beads, and you get an entire tube, which is fantastic. Great color. I don't personally have in my stash to add to my collection. For those who aren't familiar, these are a very high quality Japanese glass seed bead. You can see how uniform these are. So they're great for bead weaving and embroidery type projects where you want to have seed beads that are very consistent in their shape and size. And then next up is Selection I. This contains 4mm fire polish milky antique shimmer. There's 50 beads on the strand. This is always one of my favorites when I see it. You could see that very subtle shimmer. It looks like flecks of gold dusted on the outside of these beads. So pretty. Very subtle and elegant, and this is one of those colors that you'll be able to pair with a lot of different combinations. And then we have Selection J, which contains 10 by 8mm topaz check glass leaves. There's 25 on this strand. Of course, we have to have some autumn leaves with our apple picking theme. And here is a close-up look at these gorgeous leaves and all the details that are inside. Kind of flat, and then they have the hole running up and down. The length of the bead, look how many leaves you get on this strand too. You get so much. And then next we have Selection K. This bag contains 3 by 5mm hurricane crystal rectangles. These are really so interesting. If you look inside, there's a lot going on. We have some maroon and orange swirled inside this clear glass, and these are rounded rectangle shapes with these holes running through the longer length of the beads. I don't recall seeing the hurricane varieties showing up in the bead crates before, but I could be wrong. I can definitely see why they're called that. The way the colors are swirled inside, just like we had in this blue and clear variety. These are just quite a bit smaller, and we have two different colors going on. So that's pretty cool. I love getting surprises like that. I just never know what kind of interesting things they're going to be sending. All right, and then Selection L contains 4mm ruby AB triangle nuggets. There's 50 beads in here. And here's a close-up look at those. I didn't actually realize they were triangles until I read the description. You can see the little bit of AB that's glowing on parts of the beads. I love it when there's AB and matte combined because it really does look like it's glowing. And these are chunky little tiny triangles, like you can see, with the hole running right through the center of the beads. Those are adorable and another unique shape. All right, next we have Selection M, and this contains 6mm garnet lentils. There's 50 beads on this strand. So we have some more of that beautiful deep red, and these lentil beads, as you can see, little flat round disc beads also that have a hole that is drilled off center. I'm telling you, this bead mat is looking absolutely stunning. And then next we have Selection N, and by the way, the rest of the bags I'm showing you here are collector's exclusive, so these bags won't be found in the enthusiast edition if you were to sign up for the smaller box. And now would be a good time to mention too that if you just wanted to sign up for 1 month, you can try them out. You don't have to sign up for a longer term subscription if you aren't sure if this is right for you. So it's nice that they do have that 1 month option just in case, because not all boxes are right for everybody, and sometimes you really just need to try it out for yourself. So these are our 8x6 luster rosaline petals. Another gorgeous shape, these little petals which would make some beautiful beaded flowers. It's a very light shade of peachy, kind of matching my flesh tone a little bit, pink, with just a slight luster on them. And that's quite a nice handful of these petal beads to work with. Next up we have Selection O. This bag contains 6mm fire polish apricot AB half cabs. There's 25 on this strand. I have some more of these particular shape in my stash that I've been wanting to use, and I haven't pulled them out to play around with. I've just had so many other things going on. That's such a gorgeous shade of golden honey tone with that little bit of AB, and just moving them around so you can get that effect. These are so shiny, and the half cabs are just like your fire polish beads, but they have a flat bottom, so they are mounted on the top, and there you can see the bottom is flat. So when I think of these, I automatically think of bracelets just because of the flat bottom and how they would fit nicely around the wrist. And then we have Selection P. These are 6mm topaz honeycomb check glass beads. There's 30 pieces of these. Love getting 2 whole beads in a fun shape. Another appropriate color and shape, the honeycomb. You need the bees to pollinate, right? So you can see the 6-sided shape here and the 2 holes that are running parallel up and down these beads. And then we have selection Q, which contains 10 by 10 millimeter milky pink flowers. Now with this selection, you could either receive the milky pink or luster iris opaque brown. So I got the milky pink. Gorgeous little blossoms right here. And look how many you get. You get so many on the strand. You know I love the check leaves and flowers, so I love getting a strand like this. It's a gorgeous shade of light pink. It's a bit translucent, lets some light through, and you can see how some of the portions of the beads are a little bit milky. That's that opal in the name. I love this addition. I always hate coming to an end on these BeadCrate boxes because it's just so much fun to see what's next in here. So this is the last bag. This is Selection R. It contains 3 by 11 millimeter light topaz Picasso daggers. So here's our strand of daggers. It's kind of got a tortoise shell look to it, different shades of amber and brown. You can see the Picasso finish on it with the different splotches of the green and blue and reddish tones there. Picasso finish always makes things look even more interesting. Love how the light's going through these daggers. And as far as size goes for daggers, these are definitely on the smaller end of the spectrum. They're not your larger like 16 by 5 size. I know everything looks bigger when I'm holding it up close to the camera. It kind of looks like a centipede or something down here. All right, so that is everything for the November 2019 BeadCrate. This is one of my favorite collections that they've sent. I have to say I love all the colors, but I'm a fall girl. I also love bright colors. So things like that always make me happy. However, there hasn't been a single month where I've been dissatisfied with BeadCrate at all. This is one of those boxes I've been getting for over a year and a half, and I'm always so excited to get it in the mail because I personally get very inspired by check glass shapes like this, and to still be getting new to me things is pretty exciting. I think the value is always there. They never send anything that's low quality. Everything is top notch and really follows the sort of pattern that you can see here. So if this sort of box speaks to you, I definitely encourage you to check it out. They are extremely consistent, and they also have great customer service too. I know they really care about their business and get really excited about sending these bead surprises in the mail every month. I can't stop staring at this bead mat, how all these colors have come together. It's a lot of colors going on, but they all really do nail the apple picking theme for me. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out another month of BeadCrate. Feel free to let me know down below in the comments what you think of this collection, what you think of BeadCrate. Maybe you are a subscriber, and let us know what your experience is. Once I've had a chance to play around with some of these beads, I will be back to share more finished pieces. I hope to be back in the next few days to share another finished jewelry update with some of the things I've been working on the past few weeks, so stay tuned for that, as well as more tutorials and lots of other beading fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you being here. A final reminder that I'm not here to sell you a box. I'm just here to show you this box up close so you can make the right decision for yourself as to whether or not this particular box is right for you. Only you can make that decision. So until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.